Well, friends, I hope you tuned in again and you're back. One thing, one thing we should do, and I'm talking about being a Christian. One thing you should always do, and you should start this year off. Get involved. Get involved. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't make you know you don't select anybody by your votes." And I'll tell you what, I tend to agree with that. I think it's rigged too. I believe a lot of stuff's that way. And it'll stay that way if you don't get involved. And this is what I'm talking about. Not everybody has time for this. But be heard. Be heard. Pray to God. And I'll tell you what, you may walk into a school board meeting going, oh, what am I don't even know, and all of a sudden God just says here, and you're talking, and you're like, I don't even understand what I just said. Yeah, you walk into these schools and you're like, I don't like this woke stuff, or I don't like these books you're I don't like this stuff, blah 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 blah. I don't have any kids here, but I don't appreciate it. I said, this is our future, and you're teaching them this garbage. And of course, the old that thing comes back. You don't know me. It's like, well, I do know you. I've been fighting you my whole life. My whole life, I've been fighting you. So I know who you are, Satan. Satan puts books like this. They promote the woke, or Furbies, and whatever else, all this other crap. Christians don't do that. So yeah, I do know you. And I know you very well. Because like I said, I've been fighting you my whole life. So don't sit here and tell me I don't know you. I know you all too well. Same thing as voter registration stuff. There's no reason why you can't go and get onto some voting thing in your community. Somebody that sits there and takes votes and makes sure, you stand back, you watch, you listen. Everybody's got a cell phone anymore. Ain't gonna get by with much. Neither are they. It's always interesting how people want to sit back and they want to say, oh, this isn't right, that's not right, that's not right. Damn right, it ain't right. But what are you doing? Are you trying to help the process by stepping in as a Christian and going, no, no, this is unacceptable? Show up at their city council meetings. They're proposing all kinds of things. You'll find out all kinds of things, and they want to buy this and pay for this. It's like, but yeah, where are you coming up with all this money? Well, we'll worry about that later. And they propose things and want to do things. It's just like your representatives. Start writing your reps. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with, and don't do it once or twice. You could sit there and I don't know. I don't even know what the hell they have anymore. Word or a notepad or book or something, and you could just type something out what you're against and post. Do it very eloquently and stuff. Don't make threats. Don't do any of that stupid stuff. And then copy it, paste it, copy, paste, copy, paste. If you have to do it, 4 or 5 times a month, copy, paste. It's the same thing, but you're gonna go, well, who is this person? They keep bugging us all this. It says the same thing, or you can just change it up. Takes you how long to do that? Let your reps know, your state and your county and your school board. Let these people know you're on notice. I'm watching, and I'm not the only one that's watching you. Okay? We'll expose you for what you are. If you're a good one, well, we'll say so. If you're not so good, we're going to say so. If you're pure out and out evil, we're going to say so. But yeah, don't don't just sit back. Get involved. Get involved with everything you can get involved with. Pay attention to what's going on in your community. What gets me is like California. I heard the other day they took LA took like $1.6 million, I think it was, out of the police budget. And then they wonder why they have the problems they have. Really? You wonder why you got those problems? Well, because you're restricting everybody on their Second Amendment rights and so on and so forth, and you wonder why you have problems. you're a bunch of you're a bunch of Satanists, evil pieces of garbage that aren't allowing people their basic, basic right to defend themselves. God says you can defend yourself and your loved ones. But yeah, then in LA too, it was funny. I kind of heard a joke thing. It was like all these waves and stuff that have been coming over, and going down the street, these big waves, whatever. It says yes, it's God's way of washing all the manure and crap off the roads and streets and sidewalks. I mean, we're having the same problems third world countries are having because these people they they throw them out of these houses. They throw them out and they throw them out, and then they go the bathroom in the streets and wherever, and then they're having all these problems and stuff. It's like this is exactly what I'm talking about. You didn't think it out too well, did you? You got to throw these people out. When you just leave them in their house, they got flushing water. They just leave the water on. They can go to the bathroom. They can stay in the house to get a shower. I mean, and you're not putting them out in the damn streets in a tent, creating more problems. And the police aren't there to be able to handle it because you're cutting their budget. And then when they start robbing people and breaking into their houses and so on and so forth, and form their little gangs down there and stuff, and go on crime sprees, well, you're not allowed to defend yourself. These are the things I'm talking about. Get involved. I can't believe I saw this, but I think it was LA and maybe San Francisco or San Diego, or I can't even know. I don't even know. But they actually had maps of the poop problem. Maps of where it's the worst. It's like, would you have ever thought in your lifetime you would be seeing this in this country? They're taking you and they're making you subhuman. You're not even an animal. Animals have more rights than you do. You're subhuman. They're trying to destroy you. You're nothing. You're worse than these people are awful Satanists. You gotta let them know. This ain't, no. You can't just sit back. You gotta get involved. Even if you're typing stuff to them and sending it, don't threaten people. Don't do that stupid stuff. But just send it in and voice your concerns. Tell them how wrong they are. Tell them what they're doing wrong. Come up with some solutions on the problem. And the stupid, the quote leader of this country, he signs executive order for this, and that. Oh, I'm going to do this, going to do that, right? Well, how don't he sign a thing that says can't be throwing these people out of their houses? You're creating a bigger problem. We got poop maps. We have the same problems with all this disease and stuff as third world countries because of that. What are you going to do? Don't be throwing these people out of their homes. They're not some animal. They don't burrow themselves into some hole in the ground and go out and forage for their food and everything else like an animal. I mean, these people are going through garbage cans to eat. But that's okay, see? You're subhuman. You're not even human. They don't care. Somebody should care. That's why you should stand up and say, I ain't going anywhere. And the sheriff should go, you have a good day, sir, ma'am. And walk out. Well, you're supposed to do your job. I am doing my job. It's called being a humanitarian. See, I have a bigger problem to my community. If I throw these people out, my community gets more and more destabilizes. It destabilizes. See, when I throw more and more people out, I got a bigger problem because now I got all this out here when these people they're in their home. It's easier to control this than it is that mess that you're creating for me. And then you're cutting my budget back too? No, I don't think so. I'm going to leave them right where they're at. Oh, but the law says, I don't care what your law bullshit says. My law says this. This is our community, not yours. I don't care who you think you are. They're staying right where they're at. You come in here and try to remove them. I said, I will arrest you like there is no tomorrow, and I will throw the damn key away, and I will lose it. Why? Because I'm going to keep you in the booking room for a week. Well, where are they? I don't know. They're lost in the system. I mean, you want to play this game with me? You're lost in the system. I don't know where you're at. They moved you here. They moved you there. Maybe you're in a psych ward somewhere. Go look for them. Who? I don't know who you're talking about. It'll end real quick. It'll end real quick. They wouldn't like me. They wouldn't like me as sheriff or chief or anything like that. Come to me and say, here, is that a suitcase of money or not? I've never seen that suitcase. That must be your suitcase of money there, chief. I'd have cameras in my office that pick everything up and record everything, and I'd look at them and say, you better get the hell out of here real quick. I said, because my gun might just have it accidentally discharge. Now get the hell out of here. Oh, and take that blankety blank case with you too. That's one thing that would piss me off to no end. But that's me. Most people would say, oh gosh, yeah, that's a lot of money. I'd say, what's your soul worth? What's your fellow human? What's your fellow Christian? What's your fellow man? What's their life worth? A few bucks? That could be your son, your daughter. When you retire, what are you creating for them? What are you creating for all your relatives and your future generations? What are you creating for them? Yeah, you don't care. You lined your pockets, right? Yeah, well, I sure hate to see you when you're on Judgment Day. Oh, I don't believe in that. Hocus pocus. I don't believe in God. That's just hocus pocus. That's a myth. Oh, really? You're going to find out the hard way, moron. I'll tell you, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. Better get your head out of your butt. I know. I should wind this down before I keep going on and getting worse and worse, because I will. Stuff like this it's like, you already know where I stand on this stuff pretty much, but I can't emphasize it enough. It's like one of these morons has to watch this and go, hey, maybe we shouldn't be throwing these people out. It's creating a bigger problem. Well, I didn't think of that. Barney? Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. Yeah. How about you, Goober? Gomer or whatever. Yeah. Okay, Sheriff Andy. They had more brains. Barney Fife had more brains than you do. They only gave him one bullet, and he had to put that bullet in his pocket because he'd shoot himself or something. Or someone. I mean, I laugh, but still, it's one of those things where, really, people, you need to be told these things. If you need to be told these things, and you don't have the cojones or the backbone to stand up, leave. Leave your job. Quit your job. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to this country. You're a disgrace to God. You're a disgrace to your family and your children and the whole 9 yards. I mean, you need to be able to walk in. Yeah, my dad stands up. My dad won't let that happen. Who's your dad? Oh, he's the chief. Oh, yeah. So he's the guy that's keeping these people in their houses and defying everything. Yeah, he is. Well, your dad's a good man. Oh, your dad's the one throwing everybody out of the office, and that's why we got all these poop things all over that tells you not where to go. Don't go here, don't go there, and we got all these tents and stuff because he's just going along because he's a sheep. Oh, that's my job. No, you got a community. You have community standards and a whole bunch of other stuff. You got to answer to God Himself. Did God say, "Oh, make sure the banks get their money"? Oh, make sure you follow that draconian piece of whatever Satanist law? Did God say to do that? No, God said, treat thy neighbor as thyself. That's what He says. And if you can't do it, step aside, let somebody else do it. If you're such a coward. Oh, I'm just doing my job. Hey, that's what all the pieces of garbage filths tell you. They're just doing their job. Why? Because they can't come up with a better excuse because they're a piece of filth. See, now it starts to come out because it's like, it infuriates me that these people are that big of a piece of crap. No backbone, don't care about you. You're just some subhuman piece of trash. Yeah. Right. That's right. Why don't they just, get a little mark right here? Why don't they put a little star on your, or whatever on your thing so they can identify you right away? Oh, that's right, you already did that. Yeah, you already did that. Listen to this rap music and have to run around holding your pants up and don't have any shoelaces and wear all your chains and getting all your markings all over. And they already know who you are. They don't have to even do it. You did it for them. You already did it for them. You don't think that wasn't done by design? You don't think what the hell's going on in the world's done by design? It's all orchestrated, people. It's all orchestrated. This is what I'm saying. This is the year to get involved. To get involved. When they say, well, what about the banks? What about this? What about the banks? They created the mess. That's why we're having this problem. It's them that created the mess because of the laws and all the other BS that they have. They said they broke the contract a long time ago. So what about our community? What about our standards? What about our fellow man? What about charity? What about being compassionate? No, get the hell out. Go poop out in the street. I remember that one show. Oh, what was it? Clint Eastwood was in it. and the ape or the monkey. Maybe I'm even the wrong one, but the ape or the monkey was something. He climb every time he cop car climbing, and he'd take a dump on the seat. It was like, there you go. You need a place to go? There you go. There you go. Climb in there and take a dump on their seat. Go dump on their windshield. I'm just I'm just joking. Being silly now, being stupid. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like a metaphor, funny thing. Ha ha. I wouldn't suggest doing it, but it is funny. I think it's funny. It may not be funny. But anyhow, I better get going here because before it's probably way longer than it needs to be. Y'all take care. And like I said, man, pray for your fellow man. Pray. Like I said, God is in the impossible business. What we don't even comprehend, don't even have a thought, no clue, nothing. Boom. There's the answer. Why? Because it's God. That's why. Trust in Him. Trust in Him. He can do it. I think it's getting colder out here. I can see my breath better. I think the temperatures are getting colder out. It was about 20. I think it's dropped out here. Anyhow, y'all take care now.